Let's face it, we should all be running more ads for our business because that's how we make more money. But most of us don't. Why? Well, creating a range of different ads and testing what works is really time consuming, or at least it was. The tool I'm going to talk about today lets you effortlessly create ads for Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and more. You won't need to hire a designer, an advertising agency, or a copywriter to create amazing ads. I'm going to show you how to use it even if you are a complete beginner. And the tool that you will need and that I will be talking about in this video is called adcreative.ai. I'm going to cover how to link your advertising accounts, how to set up your brand within the tool, how to go ahead and create your ads. Pay close attention to this part as there are some bits you can easily miss here and some steps that are a little hidden. And then number 4 is I'm going to show you text projects, what they are and how to use them. Okay, so the first step is to show you adcreative.ai. So the first thing that you need to do here in AdCreative is actually integrate it with your advertising accounts. So the way you're going to do that is click in the top right-hand corner here, which opens up your account options. You will then select integrations, and you can see I have already connected my Facebook ads and my LinkedIn ads, but it's as simple as clicking on connect account. It's going to take you to a little pop-up window where you'll simply log in to either your Facebook, LinkedIn, Microsoft, or whichever ad account you want to connect. And then it will be able to get all of the data about how your ads are performing. Make sure to do this. It's going to make this tool a lot more powerful. Okay, so the next thing is then to go ahead and create a brand. Everything you do within AdCreative is going to be based around your brand. So you go ahead, very self-explanatory, click on brands, and then you will go ahead and click create a brand. What you're going to do in this part, it'll guide you through it step by step, is you'll pop in your brand name, you'll then add your logo, then a brand description. The biggest piece of advice I can give with this tool is to give it lots of information. The more information you give it, the more accurate it is going to be. And then of course, you want to go ahead and choose a brand type. So e-commerce, local business, technology, etc. I have already gone ahead and created a brand. So you can see here, this is what it will look like when it's finished. And then within that, you can see some of the projects that I have already created. So next, we're going to move on to the ad creative itself. There are a couple of really important options to fill out when going through this process that are a little hidden, which I actually missed the very first time that I used this tool. So I will discuss those mistakes and the pitfalls to avoid when we get to creating the images themselves. First up, you want to click on create a project, which is just up here. And then you're going to choose, of course, the post size. So do you want it, this is more of an Instagram format. Do you want landscape, story, vertical, etc.? And then you've also got different display sizes as well. So if you're doing display advertising, of course, you can select one of those. So you can also, and I would highly recommend that you fill out these project descriptions and also your target audience. These are a little bit hidden right at the bottom, and I actually missed these the very first time. So I'm going to use what I've already put in there, and then target audience is going to be new independent authors. So again, I would say to use as much detail as you can. This, of course, just for example purposes. So you'll press save and continue. And then what you're going to do here is you can, if you have a headline you want to use, a punchline, a call to action, etc. But this is where the tool really comes into play if you have no idea about copywriting, what a catchy headline would be. And this is why I say a complete beginner can use this tool, because all you have to do is click this button for text AI. I'm going to choose English, of course, and then it's going to create the headline, punchline, call to action for me. So you'll see it pop up on the screen in a minute. And there you go. So you can see it's generated a really good headline. So get your legacy in print, write your legacy as the call to action. It has repeated itself here. So I would probably choose one of the other options, craft your book, leave a legacy. So it will give you some different suggestions. And then here you can see the preview. So next up, of course, save and continue. And then this is where you will add images to create the ad. Okay, so now that we've moved on to creating the actual image itself, this is where I went wrong the first time I was using this tool. So you can either generate a single image or generate multiple posts from multiple images. But there are a few catches when you're generating multiple images, and it's not obvious which ones and how to do it. So I'm going to make that clear for you right here. So the first thing you're going to do is go ahead and, with a single background image, it's really straightforward. You would just click here, upload an image, and then it's going to appear here. You'll then go ahead and get your variations. Now, with the generate several background images, it's a little bit more complicated. So I will go into that now. So you'll click on this little down arrow. What you can then do is use a number of different images. So let's just use image search engine. It's going to come up actually with some recommendations. So here we go. It's got a few that we can use. So I'm going to select that picture. I am then going to select another picture, of course, as well. Let's use this one here. So there we go. We now have a couple of pictures. So what you're going to do is go ahead and click create a post. Let's call this author ad, save and generate. As you can see, it's now going ahead and generating these posts for us. Okay, so now we can see all of the posts on the screen, but what we can see is just the very first ad image. So remember, we used two different images so that we could create all of these ads, but with the two images. So the way that you actually access both of those images, I will explain in a moment. First off, what you can do is see all of these previews of the ad and how they will look, and then you can select the ones that you would like to download in effect. So you can go through all of these. They also rank them in terms of their conversion score, how likely they are to convert and do well. So as you can see, there's hundreds, that they post here. You can just kind of keep scrolling and scrolling. So I actually liked this very first one, or second one, I should say, this one here. And then what you'll do is you go ahead and click on download options. So you can either download just that one image, or you can do the bulk download, right? And that bulk download is what's going to give you the two options that you created. So it's going to have this advert with this image, but then the same advert with the other image. So you'll click on bulk download. It's then downloaded, as you can see. So then what it does is it downloads to your computer. You have to actually open up the file, and what you'll see is in here there will be two versions of that. So this is the first version with that first image, and then you click on the other one and there is the other image in the same advert. So that really tripped me up the first time, because when you're in this part of the dashboard, it only shows you the one image. It doesn't give you a preview of the other image. Maybe that's something that they will change in the future. By the way, you can get a free trial of adcreative.ai for 30 days completely free by clicking the link below in the video description. Also, comment below and let me know how you get on with the tool. Okay, so the final part of adcreative.ai that we're going to move on to is text projects. I would say this is an underrated part of the tool. It's going to help you generate a range of different ad text sets, so listicles, pain, agitate, solution, and you can even change the tone. So I'll show you what I am talking about here. So you go on to text projects in the menu, and then you can create a project. And what this is going to do is generate ad text using the AI. And to put it into even more context, you might want to generate a short headline for an ad. You might want to generate, a general ad text, a listicle style, which you can see here. This one here is for teeth whitening, world's #1 teeth whitening system, loved by 600,000 plus customers, and then this kind of highlight the pain, agitate it, and then offer the solution. So there are all these different styles that you can choose. And then on top of that, you can choose the tone. So you can have friendly, luxury, professional, etc. And then what you want to do is give it, your product or service name, and also give it some, description to really help the AI figure out what it is that you're selling. And again, the call to action. So similar to creating the images, but of course for text. I think this is hugely underrated and I'd highly recommend giving it a try. Finally, knowing where to get the best return on your ad spend is crucial. And in the next video, you can find out if Twitter is the place to get underpriced attention and make the most of your advertising budget.